how to sue a debt collector for violating the law and get paid. Now, we talked about this in our last video, but, so I'm just gonna go over it real quick. How debt collectors violate your rights. Threats of violence, using obscene or profane language, false representation that they're part of the federal governmental body, false representation that they're an attorney or law enforcement, saying that you're going to be arrested or imprisoned if you don't pay your debt, calling all the time to annoy you, calling outside of normal business hours, making some sort of allegation that the legal status of this debt, like if it's actually not collectible and saying it is, and and the most important one that you can control, calling you after you tell them to stop. That's the general rundown. And if you need the video on how to draft that letter to stop the communication, that's also available. Now this is the important part because, you know, we can say all we want to say, but before you file, you need to have evidence of that activity we just talked about in the previous slide. So here you go. What to do before you file. You keep a written record of any illegal activity and you make notes of the date, time, and exactly what happened. Now, there's a bunch of different ways to do this. I don't like keeping things on my phone or in paper copy because I lose them. So something I'll do, and you could do the same thing too, is, you know, after something happens, you can just pick up your phone and send yourself an email with a memo of the date, time, what happened, what transpired, and all that stuff. And that way, whenever you need to, you can just go back through your email and get a list of everything that transpired regarding this. And I don't think this is a bad idea, but always check your local laws before you do. Some people, I would recommend it if you can in your state, record their conversations with the debt collector. And you can do it without telling the debt collector, so long as you are in a single consent state. Arkansas, where we're at, is a single consent state. There's apps on your phone that let you record the phone calls, but be wary, just in case you're using Bluetooth or something, some of these apps don't work with the Bluetooth feature, so you have to be on the handset itself. Also, you know, if you're in a state that requires both parties to know that it's being recorded, you can probably tell them that it's being recorded, because my guess is when you answer the phone, it's going to say that they're recording. You can tell them that you're recording, and they'll probably just think you're being ridiculous. But if you tell them, and even if they think you're joking, you did the correct thing, and you can record even if you're in a state that requires both people to know. So that's the most important thing, is you want to keep a record so that when you go to court, you can prove up every single thing they did, along with, you know, we talked about this too, mail the letter to cease communication and mail it certified mail, so you've got proof of when they received it and they're supposed to stop communication after that. So that's always very important to do. So of course, the whole point of suing somebody is to win the lawsuit. And if you win the lawsuit, what can you get? Now, anything that was collected that should not have been collected, like wage garnishments or garnishing your bank account or anything like that, you can get that money back. Any monetary losses you suffered because of the debt collector, and that could be anything else, you know, having to do with that, which could be attorney's fees or costs. And then $1,000 per violation for statutory damages. And like I've said several times throughout these videos, that's the part that adds up, because they may call you 15 times, they may send you 5 letters, like, you know, the communications stack up pretty fast, and it's $1,000 per violation, and attorney's fees and court costs. So that's where you can actually get the bulk of the stuff, and that's why you want to do this, and that's why you want to keep them in check. Also, so you can just sleep a little better at night. It's always nice when that phone stops ringing. Now, once you get all this evidence collected, of course, you should probably go see an attorney and talk to them, but the main things that you need to realize is that you're going to file a case under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, and you're going to have all this evidence, and then you're going to have to file a case, go to court, present your evidence, and start negotiating with them. I hope it doesn't get to that point, you know, because let's be honest, once you stack up the evidence, you might be able to negotiate with them, and you might just get them to forgive the debt and walk away. Who knows? But if you have any questions or comments, feel free to list them below in the comment section, and always like and subscribe. Thanks.